Taser, taser, taser. Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Drop the gun! Drop the gun now! Drop it!
On August 19, 2024, Phoenix police officers Benjamin Harris and Kyle Sue got a call. A man at a Circle K said someone tried to steal a bike and attacked him. The suspect, 34-year-old Tyron McAlpin, was a deaf black man with cerebral palsy. The officers arrived at a nearby parking lot. McAlpin was standing there, completely unaware of what was coming. They beat him, not realizing he was dead.
Taser, taser, taser. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
They yelled at him, over and over. But McAlpin didn't respond because he couldn't hear them. And to make things worse, he wasn't just beaten, he was also tased.
Put your hands behind your back. Hand behind your back! One more! Hand behind your back!
His wife, Jessica Ulaszek, came running to help her husband. She begged, but they didn't stop. Not until McAlpin was handcuffed, face down, struggling to breathe.
He's got a disability.
What kind of disabilities do you have?
He's deaf and he's got cerebral palsy.
McAlpin was charged with aggravated assault and resisting arrest. He spent 24 days in jail, beaten, traumatized. Then, the body cam footage leaked. The public exploded in outrage. Civil rights groups called it police brutality. The Arizona NAACP and disability advocates demanded justice. The pressure was too much. Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell personally stepped in. On October 17, 2024, she dropped all charges against McAlpin. But that was not enough. 1 week later, the Phoenix Police Department placed Harris and Sue on leave. An internal investigation was launched. But the damage was done, and it was too late to undo it. The saddest part, these officers are still employed. And this was just the tip of the iceberg. The next officers pushed things even further. On December 9th, 2024, at Marcy Correctional Facility in upstate New York, Robert Brooks, a 43-year-old black man serving time for assault, had just been transferred from another prison. No one really knows why he was moved, but that kind of thing isn't unusual in the system. As part of the intake process, Brooks was taken to the prison's medical unit. He was handcuffed behind his back. Tension was in the air. And what happened next was anything but normal. Out of nowhere, a group of correctional officers walks into the exam room, and without saying much, they go in on him. One officer stuffs something white, which looks like a cloth, into Brooks' mouth, then punches him in the face. Another officer steps up and strikes him in the groin. Then it escalates fast. All of this while Brooks was completely restrained, his hands cuffed behind his back. He couldn't move, couldn't fight back. Fortunately, everything was captured on body cam footage. No sound, but the video said it all. By the next day, December 10th, Brooks was dead. The autopsy report was made clear as neck compression and blunt force trauma. It was ruled a homicide. Once the footage surfaced, people were outraged. Soon, a grand jury dropped the hammer. 10 officers were indicted. Charges included second-degree murder, manslaughter, gang assault, and evidence tampering. The officers included names like Nicholas Anzalone, David Kingsley, Michael Fisher, and more. One name still sealed. This next officer didn't even bother talking and went straight for the gun. On February 8, 2025, Jalen Sebron was out celebrating his 23rd birthday at the main event in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. He was there with his family and his pregnant girlfriend. It was supposed to be a fun night, but then everything flipped. An active shooter opened fire inside the building. Jalen grabbed his gun and helped his family escape toward the parking lot.
That unit, I can't copy your unit number, your muffled.
Outside, sheriff's deputies have swarmed the scene. Jalen is holding the gun, but it's pointed down. He's not aiming it at anyone. He's not even looking at the cops. He's focused on getting his family out of the line of fire. Suddenly, one of the deputies, Tyson Triplett, fires. One shot, then another, and another. In total, 9 bullets hit Jalen, all in the back. He goes down hard.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun now! Drop it! Hey! Drop the gun! Drop the gun now! Drop it!
His girlfriend screams, running to him. Jalen isn't moving, but the shooter is still inside. Jalen Sebron was pronounced dead that night, on his birthday. People were heartbroken and furious. Investigators later confirmed he never fired a shot. He was just trying to protect the people he loved. The officer, Tyson Triplett, wasn't charged, at least not right away. But public pressure grew fast. Civil rights groups got involved. Jalen's family started pushing hard for answers and justice. Now, the case is back under review. The district attorney is reconsidering charges. This man's regular workday turned into the worst day for his family. On May 10th, 2024, Zet Rodriguez, a 24-year-old dad from Chicago, was heading to work in the Dunning neighborhood, walking down North Pittsburgh Avenue, when the unexpected happened. As Zet walks down the street, a car pulls up. A guy jumps out. He doesn't ask questions, he pulls a gun. Zet freezes for a second and backs up toward a fence. Then, one of the suspects opens fire, hitting Zet multiple times before robbing him and taking off. By the time help arrives, Zet is gone. Chicago police reviewed nearby surveillance footage and began hunting down leads. Family and friends were devastated. Eventually, both the suspects, Devontae Calhoun, 32 of Gurnee, and Justin Redmond, 41 of Chicago, were charged with 2 counts of murder and 1 count of armed robbery. This next officer was too late to realize he had messed up big time. On July 26, 2021, in Orangeburg, South Carolina, 58-year-old Clarence Gaillard was walking home, carrying his usual safety stick wrapped in shiny tape, a precaution against stray dogs. A passerby mistook the stick for a firearm and called 911, reporting a man with a gun. That's when Public Safety Officer David Lance Dukes was sent to the scene. What should have been a simple check-in turns into something way worse.
Hey, let me see your hands. Berg, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground right here. Get on the ground. You, Burgundy Shark, get on the ground. Over here. On the ground. On the ground. Get on the ground. Do you not listen? Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. There's a gun behind me. There's a gun, I believe, behind me.
I ain't got no gun, nothing.
Dukes gets out of his patrol car and immediately starts yelling at Clarence to get on the ground. No warning, no questions. He's just shouting and rushing in. Clarence tries to get down, but he's got previous injuries and moves slowly. He's already halfway to the ground on his hands and knees. That's when Dukes walks up and stomps on his head. Hard. Clarence's face slams into the pavement. Even though Clarence never had a weapon, Dukes still handcuffs him and starts searching around, trying to find the so-called gun.
Get on the ground. You, burgundy shirt, get on the ground. Over here. On the ground. On the ground. Get on the ground. Do you not listen? Get on the ground. There's a gun, I believe, behind me.
I ain't got no gun, nothing.
Put your hands behind your back. Is there a gun back there?
Ain't no gun.
By that truck.
Ain't no gun.
You're not listening, dude. Bro, you got a gun on you, man?
No, I ain't got no gun. I
I'm
don't
just
own
asking.
no gun. I don't
Turn
own
back over.
The officer doesn't find any gun. Instead, he spots that shiny stick under a nearby car. Now, he realizes that he really messed up.
Hold on, you watch him say? He had something.
I ain't own no gun.
The door's unlocked. It's not always so.
No, he was right here. Watch him. Go watch him.
I don't own no gun.
All right, that's what he had. All right, who's the complainant? All right, get up. Get him up.
Clarence, still in cuffs, tells the other officers what happened. He's bleeding, hurt, and confused as to why he got treated like that in the first place.
Yep.
Listen.
Yep, they slammed my head
Listen.
down on the cement. Yep.
Go back inside. Go back in the house. Go back in the
Yep.
house. Ain't nobody talking to you.
I got head drummer.
Go back in the house.
Yep. Y'all bust my head down. Yeah, I've been in an accident. Yep. Y'all bust my head down. You threw me down.
I sure did.
And
You wasn't listening.
Yep. No, it ain't. You ain't to throw me down like that. I'm disability.
Okay.
I got head problem. Yup. You throw me down. Yup. You throw me down. You throw me down. Yup. You bust my head down on the cement. Yup. You bust my head.
All right, let me tell you what happened.
His forehead.
You bust my head down on the cement.
He was in front of the car when I came up. And he was walking like this. And I thought it was a gun at first. I said, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun. Had him at gunpoint. And he's over here doing something like this.
You slammed my head. You slammed my
What
head
he was doing is
down
putting
in
this up behind the
cement.
tire. So he comes over right here. He got his hands in his pockets. I'm telling him, let me see your hands, let me see your hands, let me see your
Why you
hands.
bust my head then?
He wasn't listening.
No, it ain't.
He got the, like this right here,
You grabbed me.
and we went onto the
And
ground.
then you bust my head down
That's what
on the cement. You bust my
Yeah,
forehead.
your head did hit the cement.
Damn right, cause you bust me down on the cement.
Where's the complainant?
You bust my head down on the cement.
Right here?
You bust my head. You bust my head.
Where's the complainant?
Bust my head down.
I'm trying to get the name of the complainant.
You
So
bust my head. Damn right. You slam me, slam my head down. Okay. Yeah.
The female officer is definitely not happy with what he just did, giving him a look of extreme disappointment. Clarence was taken to the hospital and treated for his injuries. 2 days later, Officer Dukes was fired.